It's looking like the walls may be closing in on King Cuomo. Yes, that's New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who has run around like a king, making so many different rules and trying to basically destroy New York State and by extension New York City, which they pretty much have right now. New York City is not a great place to be right now. Thankfully, I am not there, but I visited and it's not cool. So what's going on with King Cuomo right now, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, is that he has been caught, and his administration has been caught basically hiding the numbers of deaths that came across with our elderly population in New York when he issued the directive to force nursing homes to take back in patients that were dealing with the coronavirus. This literally cost tens of thousands of lives in New York State. And King Cuomo never really had to fess up for it. King Cuomo never really had to say anything about it. You remember he published a book about how amazingly he handled this pandemic. He got an Emmy, for God's sakes. He got an Emmy for, I guess, projecting some sort of calm on television when all of this stuff was happening, while he was basically killing people with the full cover and support of the mainstream media. And he was cracking jokes with his brother Chris Cuomo over on CNN. And all this time, people were losing their parents. They were losing the elderly because of a directive that he put down. But now that this story is out, that this story is broken, the walls seem to be closing in on him. And I, for one, am glad that finally somebody is holding him accountable for what he has done to the elderly population in New York State, in particular, New York City. It's awful. It is something that could have easily been avoided. But the problem here is that we have an entire media structure that is not set up to speak truth to power, but to defend Democrats at all costs. There are a lot of people who realized what was going on. There are a lot of people who have been blowing the whistle about Governor Cuomo before this for a while. But it wasn't until Democrats, some bold Democrats, actually started standing up and saying this is completely ridiculous, that now he's starting to get some blowback. I think what happens with Governor Cuomo pushing forward is that I believe that this is a scandal that he cannot survive. When your own party starts turning against you on a major level, and that is what we're seeing now. We are seeing Democrats turn against Governor Cuomo because they're now realizing that there are some things that are just more important than partisan politics. That is people's lives. So is Cuomo going to pay for this? Only time will tell. But I, for one, am very heartened at the fact that everybody is now talking about this, including Democrats. There may be some people with integrity left in our political class. Let's hope so.